With Patriots fans across the country calling for the benching and trading of Mac Jones on what feels like a weekly basis at this point, it is no controversial statement to say that Mac is not a popular quarterback. He has brought the team to what is currently an abysmal 2-7 record and ranked last in the AFC East, which is one of the worst season records that I have seen from the Patriots in my lifetime. The thing that I want to focus on today is this article from NESN titled "Why Patriots Will Continue with Mac Jones Turnover Issues," which looks into one major aspect of Mac's problems, that being his constant interceptions. So let's break down this article and, of course, be sure to check out this article for yourself. Links below. If you love all things Patriots, Celtics, and New England sports, then this is the channel for you. Subscribe and drop a like on the video. Do it for Mac's sake. So the article begins by pointing out the fanbase's most obvious problem with Mac, that being Mac's horrible reputation when it comes to throwing interceptions. Quote, Mac Jones does one thing better than any quarterback in the league: throw interception-worthy passes. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Jones has 20 interception-worthy passes this season heading into Week 9. That means nearly 8% of the 25-year-old's pass attempts are for the other team's taking. The article hits the nail on the head with this point, because the number of intercepted passes that Mac has thrown so far this season is actually astounding. I drew up this visual so that the problem can be easier understood, depicting the number of interceptions thrown for each of the past 9 games. It is obvious that Mac had off games during weeks 4 and 5, but there are 2 really important takeaways here. Number 1, interceptions are not flukes for Mac, and are not only happening when he is having a bad week. Interceptions are baked into the cake. For most quarterbacks in the NFL, we would typically expect an interception every other week or so, but for Mac, it is actually uncommon for him to have a game without an interception. The second takeaway is that there is a 100% positive correlation between Mac throwing interceptions and the Patriots winning. When I add the result of each game to the graph, what we can see is that the only 2 games where Mac didn't throw any interceptions are also the only 2 games that the Patriots walked away with a dub. This is hilarious to me because relationships with a 100% correlation are really hard to find in sports, and of course Mac would be the guy to have one. The fact that the correlation is 100% is just a funny coincidence and does not actually mean that the 2 things are purely and positively connected, but it's still a really funny stat to know. From where things currently stand, if Mac throws an interception, the Patriots lose. Straight up. The article then goes on to talk about comments made by Aaron Schatz on how Mac's interception problem is not unique to the current 2023 season. Quote, I don't think the interception-worthy throws are going away for Mac Jones. He had 27 as a rookie and 19 last year. He's always had a problem with it. I'm personally not a huge fan of using the phrase interception-worth passes, because it is actually pretty misleading when talking about the problem. An interception-worthy pass is just a bad pass that could have been intercepted, but does not necessarily mean the pass was intercepted. So instead, I want to look at Mac's actual interception stats, and yes, when we look back at Mac's prior 2 seasons, we can see that this issue is nothing new to him. These numbers for Mac were 13 interceptions in 2021, 11 in 2022, and 9 so far in 2023. Each of these 3 seasons had a different number of games, so to make the numbers actually comparable, we should look at the average number of interceptions Mac is throwing on a per-game basis for each season, which looks like this. From this, we can see that Mac is throwing a lot more interceptions per game this season than he had in the past, and the fanbase and overall team's performance can feel the difference. Obviously, some games will be better and some will be worse, but Mac is throwing an average of 1 interception every time he steps on the field. Just to put these numbers into perspective, this is the average number of interceptions bet game thrown by Tom Brady during his time as the Patriots QB. Using Brady as a reference point, we can see the exact point being made by the article. Mac has a uniquely bad interception problem this year, yes, but beyond that, Mac has always been awful when it comes to interceptions. To drive the point further, I drew up this chart to show how likely Mac is to throw an interception every time he attempts a pass. Right now Mac is throwing at 3%, or about 1 interception for every 33 passes, which is nearly twice as bad as Brady, who was throwing 1.8%, or about 1 interception every 56 passes. So Mac has a real problem. I know it. You know it. He knows it. The real question is what should be done. I've seen a lot of ideas floated around, so let's speedrun a few of them. 1. The Patriots should trade Mac right now, mid-season. I have seen this floated around by the Mac Doomers, and honestly, it seems super unlikely for a couple of reasons. First off, no teams want Mac at this moment in time. The article harps on this point, saying if Mac Jones is as bad as he's looked, bad enough to get benched, bad enough to be disliked in the locker room, why in the world would anybody want to trade for him? And that is basically the gist of it. I haven't heard anything to confirm the last part about Mac being disliked in the locker room, but it is 100% correct that Mac isn't bringing any unique value that other teams are looking for. So a mid-season trade doesn't seem likely. 2. The Patriots should make Bailey Zappe the starting QB and bench Mac. This idea actually came from my comment section, and I don't hate it. Starting Zappe seems like a real pipe dream given that he is barely in the NFL to begin with, but with the playoffs off the table, the Patriots really don't have anything to lose. Best case, Bailey blows away everyone's expectations and provides actual value to the Patriots roster. Worst case, Bailey plays horrible, and the team loses every game for the remainder of the season, securing the first-round pick in the next NFL draft and acquiring a fresh rookie with potential. I'm looking at you, Caleb Williams. This outcome seems super unlikely to happen, but would have my full support if it did. 3. The Patriots should let Mac finish this season, then trade him away. If I had to guess, this is almost certainly what the Patriots will choose to do. Making trades in the offseason allows for the team to save face and not look desperate, and it would allow whoever the new quarterback is to get a real shot with a fresh 2024 season. I don't think that Mac alone will garner any trades of value, so the Pats will most likely need to trade away other players or future draft picks in addition to Mac to secure a QB with winning potential. And now I want to pass this question off to you. Do you think that Mac's interception problem is the primary driver behind the Patriots' losing season, or is there something less obvious going on that is pulling the team down? And on top of that, what solutions do you have to solve the Mac problem? If you liked this video or learned anything interesting, then it would be awesome if you pressed the like button and subscribed.